In this video, we are going to focus on how to design Advertise with Us page for your blog website. As you know from the previous video, we created this About page that under it here, we added a call to action that if you want to advertise with us, you can just click on this view plans. Then you'll be brought to this Advertise page. And this Advertise page is what we are going to focus on how to design in this particular video today. So sit tight and let's get started. So now, as a beginner in blogging and your blog has not started getting those thousands or millions of traffic that will make people to want to contact you by clicking on this Advertise with Us button to know how to advertise on your blog website, as in knowing your charges and terms. Okay, so now as a beginner, like I mentioned shortly, what you can do is that if your blog website is growing in traffic, then you can go to Google AdSense, then sign up with them so that they will be the one placing the advert on your blog website and you get paid for allowing them to advertise on your blog website. So as you know, in this case, Google AdSense will stand as a middleman and the owner of the blog website will be paid through Google AdSense. So now let's suppose that your blog website has grown in traffic, and for that you want to implement this Advertise with Us button so that anybody who wants to advertise on your blog website will get to know your advertising plans through by clicking on this Advertise with Us button. Okay, so with that, let's just jump straight into designing this particular page. And for that, I will assume you have logged on to your WordPress dashboard. And as you have done so, you know from the previous video that we created a page called Advertise with Us page. So now that I'm here on my dashboard, I will navigate down to pages, then click on all pages. So once you are brought to this place, you can see the Advertise page we created from the previous video. But in case you have not created your own Advertise page, then you can come up here and click on Add New Page and give it a name as Advertise page, then publish it. That's all. But now that we have created it and we are here now, then just click on it to edit it, then you'll be brought to this place. So now once we are here, the first thing I am going to do is to add a group. And for that, I come up here on the Gutenberg element toggle icon and click, then scroll down to design and click on group. Now, the type of layout of the group we are going to use is one column layout. So I click on one column layout and click it again. Now it's active on your page now. So now I am going to go ahead and click on the plus add block icon. Then I search for cover. This is it, the cover element. Just click on it. Now go to your media library, choose any image of your choice and click on select. So I'll write the name on it, which is Advertise with Us. So now the next thing I am going to do is to come to the right panel here under color, then click on the text color palette and give it a white color. Now come down to typography. On the size of the text, I will select extra large. Now good. Then the next thing I am going to do is to add overlay on this particular image cover. So for that, I will click on the image. Then I'll come over to the right panel here and click on the styles tab. Now come down and click on the overlay color palette. I would like to select black, then increase the opacity to like this. So perfect. So now if I happen to come up here now and click on update, view the page now, you can see this is how the page is looking right now. So we need to stretch it to make it full width. So that is why I will come back here again. So back here, what I'm going to do is to come up here and click on the document overview icon. Now, as you can see here, we first have a group, and inside that group, we have a cover, which means if you toggle this thing down now, you will see the cover there. So for us to be able to perform that full width on this image, which is a cover, we need to make the group and the cover, both of them, full width. So for that, let's start with the group first. So now I click on the group here, then you can see the toolbar is active here. Then I come up there and click on the align icon. Now come down and select full width. Now the group is full width, but the cover has not become full width yet. Because if you happen to come up here now and click on update, then view the page again, you will see that you will not notice that the group has become 100%. The cover, which is this image, is still not full width. Then back here, so then if you happen to make only the cover full width, it will not still work, except you make two of them full width, then it will work perfectly. So as I have made the group full width, let me come down and click on the cover now. So for that, the toolbar will be active here. Then you come over there and click on the align icon. Now you come down and select full width. Then with this, the whole section has now become full width. So that is why if you come up here now and click on update and view the page, you will see that it is now full width. So let's go back to our page builder again. So back here now, the next thing I am going to do is to reduce the height of this cover. So for that, I come up here and click on the document overview icon again, then expand the group. Now click on the cover to make sure it's selected. Then what I'm going to do now is to come over here to the right panel and click on the styles tab. Now come down here to minimum height of cover. Then I'll reduce it to 300. So perfect. Now, if you come up here now and click on update and view the page again, you will see this is how it's now looking. So let's go back to our page builder again. So now back here, the next thing I am going to do is to add the price packages under this hero section. So that is why I am going to come up here now and click on the Gutenberg element toggle icon. Now I am going to add another group by coming down to design, then select group. Now select one column group and choose it again. So perfect. Then in this group, I'm going to be adding a heading. So for that, I click on the cross add block icon, then choose heading. Now on this heading, you can call it anything of your choice, like prices or pricing or whatever. But I'm going to call it packages for the sake of this tutorial. Then I'll come up to the toolbar and click on the align text icon and align it to center. Then I will leave it on H2. But there is something we forgot on this one. We are supposed to make this advertise with us heading here on the hero section, H1. So that is why I'm going to click on it. So as it's active now, then you can see the toolbar here now and click on the paragraph. Then choose heading. Now it's converted to heading. Then on that tool again, you see the H2 icon. Just click on it and choose H1. Now, perfect. Now, under this heading, I am going to include a table. So now there are three methods on how to include a pricing packages. So the first one is by using a plugin. Like if you navigate to plugins now and click on add new plugin, then here you can search for pricing table. Then you will see a lot of pricing table plugins. Like the one I would suggest if you choose to use the plugin is this one, responsive pricing table. And you can see the design as it is. Now, the second method is by here on your Gutenberg page builder. You come up here and click on the Gutenberg element icon. Then on the search bar, you search for pricing table. That is it here with three columns. Let's say you just click on it and it's active here now, as you can see it under here. So you can go ahead and edit them accordingly. Okay, but that is not what we are going to make use of, because in this video I want to teach you how to design this particular three columns by yourself here in the Gutenberg page builder. So for that, I would have said let's delete this one, but I will leave it like this so that we will start the design and design it by ourselves, just exactly like this one. Then after we are done designing it, I can now go ahead and delete this one. So as we are going to leave it, first of all, let's see the structure on how the person that made this one structured this particular three columns. So for that, I will come up here and click on the document overview. Then come down here. You can see this is it here. That is the columns. And if you expand the columns, you see the three columns inside these columns. So if you expand each one, you will see paragraph, this one, separator, list, and buttons. And that is the same content in every one of them, as you can see. Okay. So now, like I mentioned shortly, that we are supposed to delete this one, but I am not going to delete it now so that we can be looking at it while we are designing the pricing table by ourselves. So for that, I will come up here now and click on the Gutenberg element to glue icon. Then come down here. Now, this time around, I am going to select columns element. That is it here. Then it's asking us to choose how many columns of section we want to make use of. So I'm going to select this 3 by 3 3. Then you can see them under here. Okay. So now I will click on the add block icon on the first column. Now I will choose heading. Then I write the heading content, which I'm going to call this one silver. Okay. Because I want to do something like silver, bronze, and gold. Okay. Then under it, I will add a paragraph. So now I'm going to hit on enter to come under the paragraph. Now I will click on the add block icon. Then I'm going to search for separator. That is it here. I'll just click on it and you see it active here. Then the next thing I'm going to do is to hit enter on my keyboard again. Then I come under the separator. And now under the separator, I am going to search for list so that I add list like the way they added here. So I'm just going to click on this add block icon, then search for list. That is it here. I click on it, then it's active. Now what I'm going to do is, for example, let's say I come up here and copy this thing, just paste it here, then hit enter on my keyboard. It will come under the first one, then I copy the second one and paste it there. Then hit enter on my keyboard again and copy the third one, which is the last one. Then come to the third list position and paste it. Now I'll hit enter to come under the list and enter again, which is 2 times. Then I'll go away from the list. So now I'll go ahead and include a button here. So, and as you know, that if you click on this add block icon or you click on this plus element icon here, which will take you to the same place this one will take you to include any element like as we search for list, heading, and paragraph. But there is another way to do that is by clicking on the new line you just opened, then you type forward slash, then you can see some of the elements there. And in this case, the element we want to make use of is the buttons. So for that, I come down and choose buttons. Now, as you can see, it's active here. So now maybe I'm going to say that the price here is going to be something like $30 per month. Let's say, for example. Then after that, the next thing we are going to do, as you can see that we have finished adding the elements that are supposed to be in this silver package, which in this silver package, we are copying this single pricing package here. So now, as we have finished with adding the elements, the next thing I am going to do is to come up here and click on the document overview. So now, as you can see, if you come here now, you can see this is the columns that we have 3 columns inside it. And these 3 columns is what we are going to style now. So for that, let's start from the first column that we have added the element content inside it. So I click on that first one to be active. Now, what I'm going to do is to come up here to the right panel here. So here, I will click on the background color palette, then give it a background color. If I like, I can click on this color box and reduce the opacity. But you know, all these are for the sake of this tutorial. So you just style your own the way it suits you. Okay. Now let's go ahead and style all these elements inside this first column. So now I'll go ahead and add some padding to this column so that there will be breathing spaces around this element inside the column. So for that, here I come down to the padding. I add 3% top and bottom padding. Now on the right and left padding, I add also 3%. Okay, so just as you can see. So let's continue with this 3%. If it's not enough, we can come back and add or reduce more padding. So now the next thing I'm going to do is to work on this element inside this column. So for that, as here I expand the column, I will first of all click on the separator. Then I come over here to the background color and click on the color palette. Then make it black or any color of your choice. So perfect. And to me, I think we need to add more padding to this column. So for that, I will click on the column to select it again, then come up here and click on the styles tab. Now come down and increase the top, then increase the left and the right padding a bit also. Now, perfect. Then the next thing to do is to come down and style this button. So for that, here on the document overview, now expand the buttons and click on the button element inside the buttons. Now come up here on the width settings of the button. I will choose 100%. You can see the way it is. So now, as you can see that we are done editing this particular column. But if you need more editing, you can go ahead and do that. Now, the next thing I am going to do is that, as you know, that there are two remaining columns here that we need to add the package plans on them. So for that, for us to make this go faster, I will have to duplicate this one so that I don't have to go inside each of that column to add all this content and edit them again. So to hasten it, like I said shortly, I will duplicate these columns. So for that, I will come here and select the column. As you can see that this is the column. Then I'll come over here and click on the three dots hamburger options for column. Now come down and choose duplicate. Now I'll do the same again, duplicate. Then now you can see the three columns with its contents. And with this, there are two remaining columns we had before, as you can see them here, which what I'm going to do now is to delete them because these two that we duplicated have replaced them. So for that, I click on the first column and click on the three dots options icon and come down to click delete. Then do the same thing on the second and the last empty column and come down and choose delete. So perfect. You can see now that there are three columns here now. So now I'll go ahead and edit the content of these two duplicates accordingly. And for that, I start with this middle one. That is why I'll come up there and click on the heading. Then I'll update it to something like bronze. Then edit the except also. So I can say this one is best plan for startups. Then edit all the content accordingly. Then same thing on the third one. I call it something like gold. Then edit the content as well also. So perfect, as I have edited all of them. But what I want to do here is to include a form under here that when the person fills the form, then the person can be able to select whichever plan of advert he wants to subscribe to here on your blog website. So I will go ahead and update their prices by clicking on this one and change the plan to, let's say, $70. And on this one, change the plan to $100. And for example, if I want to make use of different colors, I will just click on each particular column. Like on this first one, like here on the middle one, the bronze one, I select the column. Then I come over here and click on the styles tab. Then come down here and click on the background color palette and change it to any background of my choice. Okay, so same thing on this third, I select it here. Then come over here and click on the styles tab again. Now click on the background color palette and change it to any background color of my choice. So for example, I select this one. So now that I have changed the colors accordingly as I want. So now with this, if we come up here now, then we don't need this one we used as an example. We don't need it again. So that is why I will come up here and this is the columns of that one. I will click on it to select it, then click on the three dot hamburger options icon, then come down and choose delete. Now it's deleted as you can see. Now, if I happen to come up here and click on update, then view the page now, you can see this is how your advertised page is looking for now. So now, like I mentioned earlier, that under these packages that I want to add a contact form. In this case, what I'm going to do, I come back here again on my dashboard. I am going to navigate down to plugins and click on add new plugin. Now, in the plugin search input, I will search for contact form. So here we are going to be making use of the contact form 7. So for that, I click on install now to install it. Then after installation, I click on activate. Now, once it's activated, we come over here. You will see the contact tool. Just to hover on it and click on contact forms. Now you will see the default contact form here. Just click on it. So now here, what I'm going to do, as you can see, these are the structured elements of the form. So I'll first of all come up here and highlight the short code of the form here. Now copy it. Then now come down here and make sure you hit on save if you have done any changes. Then let's go back to the advertise page we are editing. So back here, what I'm going to do is to add another group under this pricing packages. So for that, I come up here and click on the Gutenberg toggle element icon. Now I come down to design and select group. Now select one column group and select it again. Now inside it, I'm going to add a heading by clicking on the cross icon. Then come down and select heading. Then here, this heading, I'm going to write on it and call it contact us, for example. So now I hit enter on my keyboard to come under the heading. Then under the heading here, I am going to add that short code from that contact form. So for that, here I click on the ad block icon and search for short code. This is it here. I select it. Then I paste that short code. Now come up here now and click on update. Then let's view the page again. Now, as you can see, this is how your advertised page is looking. You can see the contact form down here. So now let's move ahead and tweak it more to add more of the things needed here also. So for that, back here, what I'm going to do is to copy any one of these label, like this subject on. I copy it. I hit enter 2 times on my keyboard, then paste the copied subject. Now on the copied subject, I'm going to clean out this tag inside it, leaving only the opening and the closing of the label tag. Okay, just like this. Now I'll come up here and click on the drop down menu, that is the select button. Now you will see this. First of all, on the field type, mark it as required field. So I'm going to call it select a plan. Then make sure that this is not capitalized, okay, because it should be in small letter. So now I come down to options inputs. So the packages we have is 1 silver, then I hit enter to come under it. 2 bronze, then I hit enter to come under it. Then the third one is gold, so that when the person clicks on the select inputs, he will see these 3 plans in which he will go ahead and select whichever plan he wants to subscribe to. So now I am going to come down here now and click on insert tag. Then you can see it here now that is selected. So what I'm going to do is on the text of the label, I'm going to call this one select your plan, okay, for example. So now if I come down here now and click on save, then go back to that page again. Here, refresh the page. Now you can see the select input elements we put here that the person can select between silver, bronze and gold. That is the 3 packages we are offering here. After the person must have filled in his email, name and whatever element you have added or you have chosen to use here, or you have chosen to use here in your contact form. So now when the person sends you the email, you will receive the email. Then send out your bank details to the person to make a payment. Then after that, you can now go ahead and place their advert on your blog website. And with this, you can see that you will be making money with your blog website, not only through this and also through Google AdSense. Then as it is now that you have finished creating the advertise page on your blog website, now the next thing is like come over here to your about page. Now if you scroll down here, you will need to associate that particular advertise with us page. So for that, as we are here on the home page, I will just come up here and click on edit page. Now come down here and click on this view plans button. Now I'll go over to that particular advertise with us page, which is here. Once I'm here on this page, then I'll come up to the browser and copy the URL of this particular advertise page. Then go back to here on the about us editing page. Now here on the button, I will click on this edit link icon, clean out any link I see there. Now paste the correct advertise with us page URL. Now click on enter on your keyboard. So perfect. Now come up here now and click on updates. Then go back to your website. Here now, refresh this page now. Then come up and click on your about page and come down to this button. Then click on it. Now you can see it's working perfectly. As you can see that you are brought to the advertise with us page that we have just finished designing, which is this. And that brings us to the end of this particular video today. Now, in the next video, we are going to focus on how to implement the sidebar to your blog page or to your blog website. Okay, so until then, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next videos.